Yo, what up? This is Dheezy. You're watching Urban Grind TV, and you better check out my new video with Corrupt and Planet Asia called What the Fuck You Mean? Get it.
This DPG, Corrupt Dheezy, what the fuck? Look, what the fuck you mean?
When you're talking all that shit, I can't hear what you're saying, I can't understand a bit. So we'll pour another drink and I'll take another sip till you fucking shut your lips, close them up like a zip. Homie, don't trip, get a grip. Skirt, skirt off in the whip. I ain't talking that cream with the chocolate chips. I'm talking that green and Colombian. Yeah, we got it. Packed up in the trunk, got it smelling like a skunk. Do a few bumps, then you won't give a fuck. This that G-Funk, so come try your luck. When you come round here, better have your pistol tucked, or you fuck straight up. Shit creek without a paddle. I'm horseback, riding no saddle, wearing camo and a backpack, strapped with max ammo. About to go kablamo, killing shit like Rambo.
What the fuck you mean? Where the fuck you wanna get? Hit the liver or the kidney or the spleen, nigga, what the fuck you mean? Where the fuck you wanna get? Hit the liver or the kidney or the spleen, nigga, what the fuck you mean?
Born to kill, born to slide, born to hustle, born to ride, born to grind. My shooters in the jacks, they ain't going for it. Got them shooters on deck with them Rugers and them techs. Automatic when it's static, I'm tripping. We be riding, sliding, whipping and dipping. I be state to state. What the fuck you mean? Still pushing to the fiend, smoking kush, fuck sipping lean. I ain't a weirdo. I'm a gangster Mac, West Side, give a thanks to that. It ain't a motherfucking thing to me to bang my street and bring my heat to them busters trying to aim at me. Fuck around and find out. You don't need a rolling on your wrist. I show you what that time about and put you on a timeout. You don't dug your ass a dangerous hole that's hard to climb out.
Look, what the fuck you mean? Where the fuck you wanna get? Hit the liver or the kidney or the spleen, nigga, what the fuck you mean? Where the fuck you wanna get? Hit the liver or the kidney or the spleen, nigga, what the fuck you mean?
What you mean? Yeah, it's fucking brutal out there, but I don't care if you heed my warning. So I'll just keep on scoring, or you just keep on snoring, cause you're boring. That part's not important. The part that really matters is climbing up the ladder. Your girl's with me now cause you're fatter. You ain't climbing up no ladder. The last thing you climbed was the scale, what a whale. Just call me Ishmael, on a mission I can fail to impale a whale, but the tail pales in comparison to the embarrassment I'm gonna inflict on ya. EDS Mafia, bitch, and I'm the motherfucking Don, yeah.
Look, what the fuck you mean? Where the fuck you wanna get? Hit the liver or the kidney or the spleen, nigga, what the fuck you mean? Where the fuck you wanna get? Hit the liver or the kidney or the spleen, nigga, what the fuck you mean?
Do I have to spell it out? Get real mad, scream and shout, you know exactly what I mean. What I'm really about, punch you in the mouth if you bad mouth me. I get as rowdy as Ronda Rousey in round 3. It's so astounding to me that I see so many people talking shit, not directly to me, cause that would be a recipe for murder in the 3rd degree, or possibly a serial killing. Bitch, I'm a motherfucking villain, so call me Mr. Freeze, baby, I'm ice cold. My dick is warm to the touch if you wanna hold. Yup, Mr. Freeze, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You wanna fuck with these? I'll fucking wreck ya.
Yo, that was the new record from the hot Australian MC. His name is Dheezy, man. It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business. We are live in the studio from Chi-Town. This is Urban Grind TV. It's the Zoom edition. So what we're doing, man, is the Zoom edition, and we're chopping it up, man, with my guy who just heard the new record, What the Fuck You Mean. It's my man Dheezy. It's featuring Corrupt and Planet Asia. What is going on, Dheezy? How you feeling, man?
Yo, what up? Yeah, I'm feeling great, bro. Loving all the feedback I'm getting so far on the new project, so I'm just soaking it all in at the moment.
So I gotta ask you, man, how long you been doing music? How long you been in the game?
So I've started taking it like more seriously the last about 2 years. So that's probably when I actually started, putting in the work. But I released my first track on SoundCloud like 2012. That one was like, I recorded it using the built-in laptop microphone in Audacity, and like, I didn't know how to mix or anything like that, so it's really bad, but that was my first one.
So that's what I'm saying. For people that are listening or watching at home, it's not always an overnight thing. So you're talking 2012, we're in 2024. It's a 12-year gap in between this thing. So tell us, like, what did you learn through that 12-year gap? Like, what is some of the stuff that you can share with us?
Oh man, learned so many things. Like the number one thing I learned was you got to have a good quality microphone if you want anything that sounds like half decent. So you got to have your input, you know, crystal clear before you even start trying to learn how to mix and level and master all your audio and stuff like that. And a few other things I learned was just like, you know, different techniques in the way you record, the way you release, and like, you know, filming videos and stuff like that. Because I used to film a couple, you know, by myself just with a tripod and do things like that. But when you actually have, you know, someone who knows what they're doing behind the camera, it's like, you know, 10 times more effective, bro.
Night and day. I call it like cooking. You know, I don't cook, but you know, it's like cooking up. You can give somebody the recipe, but it's not what you do, it's how you do things. And that's kind of what makes the difference, man.
Yeah, you can have all the tools, but if you don't know how to use them, you're fucked, basically. So
absolutely, man. So it's a pleasure to have you, man. Shout out to Andy, man, for help put this together. And so I heard your focus this year is you want to bring home with the gold album. Talk to us, man. Let us know how you plan to put that together.
Yeah, well, that's M80's little brainchild there. He's been sort of managing me a little bit. He's not really my manager, but he kind of is. You know, he's a puppet master, you know, pulling the strings and what goes.
Shout out M80.
Shout out. So yeah, he's with the album we're going to be putting out. It's either going to be end of this year or early next year. So we're coming for the gold on that one. But before that, we're releasing a little series of EPs called the Down Under Come Up. You can see it there. That's the first one that just came out. So it's going to be a series of about 3 or 4 EPs, and we're going to build them up and then up to the album basically, and get everyone sort of buzzing about it before it drops.
So I tell people like how important it is to have a mentor like M80 or just people in general that have been here before, that have done it, to help you along the way.
It's so important, man. Like that's what really, you know, pushed me to go try and get to the next level. Having people behind me saying, you know, we believe in you. We see you doing this. Maybe you should, you know, try and do a little bit of this, sort of like guiding you in the right direction. And that's what's really pushing me to go harder and harder and try and get to that next level. Just having the proper mentors behind me saying, we believe in you. You can do this. Let's do it.
Nice. So the LP, tell them where you're from. It's got a heavy lineup, man. I've been in the business a long time. There's not a lot of freshman people. This is LP. Is this your freshman project? Like your first official release?
I do have a couple other ones as well, but this is like the breakout one. It's more of, you know, got the features and stuff on it. Like I did an EP with Bazaar last year. That was just me and Bazaar. And then my other projects, you know, were just me by myself. But now I'm starting to get, you know, other people to hop on with me.
So, I mean, you got an all-star lineup. You got Snoop Dogg, Corrupt, the late Nate Dogg, Onyx, Royce the 5'9", D12, Chris Webby. It's executive produced by Shady's King Crooked, A&R by Wu-Tang's M80. And you even got like an Eminem intro, man. Tell me how you were able to put that together.
Yeah, so that's for the album coming out, all those things you just listed. So obviously M80 got me the connection with King Crooked. We would get talking and worked out the deal where he's like, yo, I can probably get Eminem to, you know, hop on the intro for this track we're doing together. And we just made it happen. And that video, we actually filmed the music video for that a few weeks ago with King Crooked. And so with that track, it's actually going to be on his album as well.
Nice.
King Crooked's next album. So that should give that one more exposure too.
Absolutely. Like, let's talk about the Killer Combo EP that you did with Bazaar.
Yep.
How different was like your creative process from somebody like Bazaar? because he seems like a character. I don't know him, but like he seems like he would be somebody that's fun to create with and someone fun to work in the studio with. So what was that process like?
Yeah, it definitely was fun, man. So the way we did that one, I went through and chose all the beats, sent them through to Bazaar, and I let him. So he does most of the hooks. So I just let him, you know, go wild on it and see what he came up with. And I just went off his ideas, like everything he did. I just kind of, you know, followed it and, you know, put my own little twist on it. So that was a pretty easy one to do. Yeah, just went off all of his like crazy ideas that he has, some of his wild lyrics and stuff like that. Just tried to put my own spin on it.
So what's your favorite process, like, or your favorite part of the process when putting out music? I mean, you got the writing, you got the recording, you got the mixing, you got the master, you got the promo, the pre-release, you got the rollout. What part of the process do you really enjoy?
I really enjoy the recording. There's a few different ways I go about it. Sometimes I've already got it all written out and I just lay it one take and like smash it like that. But then sometimes I actually write while I'm recording. So I'll start writing, I'll have like 4 bars, then I'll lay that down and I'll loop that, and then I'll go back and listen and see what comes next, and then I'll lay the next one, you know, go 4 bars at a time. But I normally prefer just laying it all down at once. But sometimes when you do it the 4-bar way, you can kind of tweak and change certain bars more easily. So you can sort of just cut that audio out, then relay it between. But no, the recording process is fun. I think my favorite part though is probably just doing all the little tweaks and stuff when you're trying to make each bit perfect, and then when you export that final bounce and you have everything sounding how you want it before you send it off to get mixed and mastered. That's like no better feeling than that. You're like, yeah, I've nailed this. This is like perfect now.
I mean, 2012, you've been doing it. What actually put you in the studio? Like, what got you started to say, you know what, I feel something. There's like, I have a connection with music and I want to share my gift with the world. How did that come about?
Yeah, so I've always liked music and always thought it would be good to do something with music, but I never really thought that it was achievable. So what really pushed me to write that first song was actually, it was a diss song to my ex-girlfriend who like just broke up with me at the time.
You were dissing your ex on the first song. That was how you got into the business.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Her name was Tamika.
All right, Tamika, look, you just helped my man put a bag up. Thank you, Tamika. See that?
That's right.
That's right. See, I mean, really, that's
for something at least.
That actually helped lead you to a whole other way. So now you record your first song, and what was the response like? What kind of feedback did you get when you did that?
Well, I think it was mainly like my friends and people I knew that kind of heard it, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, it's good." Like they're not really going to talk shit about it, so you know,
right.
It wasn't really.
What did you use for a beat? What was the instrumental?
Man, I just went on YouTube and found like some random beat.
It wasn't no big hip hop track. It was just something you found. You lay it out, and you go from there. What about like your first performance? What was that like?
So my first performance was, I think that was
how much further? So 2012, you start making music. How long after before you actually got in front of a crowd and got to share your gift with people?
Man, that was late 2022.
Oh, so it was a while before you went and rolled out there.
I've only just started getting into it now. I've only done 2 shows so far.
Nice. How do you feel? Do you like the live performances?
Yeah, I loved it, man. Because like normally, like when I was a kid, like public speaking was like my worst nightmare. Like class projects and having to speak in front of people.
Right.
Like I hated that, man. I was like, I was the shyest kid. So I thought when I went up on stage, like I was gonna just freeze. But I think in the back of my mind, I was like, well, you know, if you fuck up, it's even more embarrassing. So you just got to make sure you get it right. And then, you know, just did it.
You know what though? It's funny because the things like we all mess up most people don't care. They won't notice it anyways. I think we're more critical on ourselves as public speakers. I don't know if you agree, but
Yeah, exactly. Like there's some things I'm thinking about, like, oh, what if someone notices this and that? I'm like, people aren't like paying attention to that shit. Like it's just fucking,
it's all rock and roll, man.
yeah.
So the name Dheezy, where does the name come from? How do you know? How does that start?
Okay, so that one came from one of my mates, my mate Gull. We used to do a bit of freestyling, driving around in the car, and so it comes from my last name. My last name's Tease, and my mate Gull was doing a freestyle, and he called me Teezy, and then in the next one he slipped up and accidentally called me Dheezy, and I was like, that sounds better. I'm gonna stick with that. So that's how it became Dheezy.
See that? Most big stuff like that actually comes in. That's very organic. That's so
Yeah,
when
it's
you
come from
heard
nothing.
Dheezy, you know, like that was it. Like this is.
I was like, that's it. That's the one. That's
Okay.
it. Dheezy does it.
So you're from Australia, which is great. I
Mhm.
love hip hop. We were chopping it up a little bit before the interview. And tell people, like, have you been to the US to perform and stuff?
Not to perform, no. But there's a, what was it? There was a, who was it? But there's like a Bone Thug show coming up where one of my friends is like DJing, and she's like, oh, you should enter to because they're having a contest to see like who can open for it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about maybe trying to get on that, but I'm not too sure yet because I think
I
I've
got plays, I got opportunities. We'll holler after for like this month, next month, so that's no problem. Like, and I think that's good to get in front of people. So we're gonna chop it up after the call, man, and put that together, because I definitely think you'll do great in this market and coming on out and kind of showing people what you got. And I think the initial intrigue is going to be like, hey, what's Australian hip hop sound like? And then you've got an amazing release schedule, release people. I mean, you got Trippie Redd and some big people that you've had the opportunity to work with. So we definitely got to get you in the States, man. Who is like one of your, maybe not your favorite, because you don't give away your favorite, but who is somebody you feel like you're really going to remember working with when you were doing these collabs? And I had a lot of stuff to be done via email and Zoom and stuff like that, but who is somebody out of this? I mean, you got Be Real, Cypress Hill, right? Boot Camp Clip, Corrupt, Planet Asia. Is Planet Asia, is that a Australian artist?
No, he's from Cali as well.
Okay, nice. We're up on him. Tell me like a favorite memory of kind of creating one of these songs.
So yeah, man, like what wasn't one of these songs, but when I was just in Vegas hitting the studio with Corrupt for the first time, finally getting to meet him after doing a couple tracks with him, that was wild. And we filmed another video for that track as well in the studio, just seeing how he does it and having him like, tell me that I did a good job, like, that was awesome. But
nice.
The first person I actually properly hit the studio with, rather than doing it over email and stuff, was Compton Menace. And okay. We did a little track with Ray Westlife on the beat, jumped in the studio, did the video, but just seeing how he came in, we played him the beat, and he goes through his phone to see, what this blah blah, took it there, and then he just killed the beat with it, man. And then I had a hook on it. Yeah, he made it look so easy, and I had this hook on it. It was just like a bit of a joke hook, and he was like, nah, fuck, scratch that shit, man. He's like, yeah, I'll lay a hook for you. So then he ended up laying the hook as well, which was really cool.
Nice. So if there's one thing that you want people to feel or recognize when they hear your music, what would that be as far as like your message, your vibe? What do you want people to know about you?
I just want people to know that I like having fun with it. Doesn't always have to be serious, but sometimes there are some serious messages in there as well. And yeah, basically I just like to have fun with it.
That's it.
Like, my music's not for everybody. Like, if you don't like it, then it's not for you. You know what I mean? As long as some people who like it, they have fun with it, vibe with it, that's all I need.
Absolutely. And you got to understand, this is an international thing. So not everybody's gonna be used to hearing new markets, new styles. But it's just sometimes you're ahead of the game.
And the accent too, eh?
Yes, I mean you're ahead of the game. Sometimes you're ahead of your style, man. So dzdoesit.com is the website. Make sure they go on there. They can get your information. Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, all they're all Dheezy Does It. I know I went up, subscribe. You gotta follow. I'm following them on Instagram, on Facebook, man. So make sure you tap in and follow my man. You could definitely check out the new video. Single's gonna be right here on Urban Grind TV. What the fuck you mean? Before we get out of here, man, anything you want to shout out, anybody you want to holler at, anything you want to people know here at Urban Grind TV?
We'd just like to shout out my whole team, M80, Ray Westlife, Mixing Alfredo, who does some of the mixing. And yeah, obviously shout out to all the people who are on the EP, Corrupt, Planet Asia, Trippy Red, M Strange, Ginza, Genius the Ripper, and Dusty Plump. I think that's everybody. And yeah, that's it, basically.
Man, that is dope, man. So this your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business with Urban Grind Television. You rocking with my homie from the Down Under, from Brisbane, Australia, Dheezy, man. And he got a major project coming out. You can tap in and check him out, coming to a city near you. We'll holler at you. We'll be back later.
Yo, what up? This is Dheezy. You're watching Urban Grind TV, and you better check it.